But let's, of course, start with this top story that's come in from Japan, where the hardline conservative Sanae Takaichi has become Japan's first woman prime minister after winning the votes in parliament's both lower and the upper house. A short while back, the Japanese Emperor Naruhito officially appointed Takaichi as the new prime minister. The images from the official ceremony showed Takaichi and other newly appointed ministers bowing before the emperor, a custom that is integral to Japanese culture. Takaichi received 237 votes in the lower house election to choose the next premier, while in the upper house she managed to win 125 votes in the runoff against Yoshihiko Noda, the leader of the main opposition Constitutional Democrat Party. Her victory has shattered the glass ceiling in a country where men still hold overwhelming sway. On the 4th of October, she was elected as the head of the ruling Liberal Democrat Party, but Takaichi had to look for new partners to form her government after the Komeito Party, uncomfortable about the conservative views and also an LDP slush fund scandal, quit their coalition. And this forced Takaichi to form an alliance with the reformist right-leaning Japan Innovation Party. A former economic security minister, Takaichi is considered a China hawk. She's been a vocal critic of China and also its military build-up in the Asia-Pacific. She's also been very supportive of Taiwan, calling for the strengthening of security cooperation between Taipei and Tokyo. Now, Takaichi, in fact, looks to the late British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher as her political idol, earning her the sobriquet of Iron Lady 2.0. Now, Takaichi is also a fan of heavy metal music and was once, apparently, believe it or not, a drummer in a heavy metal band during her college days. She describes herself as an amateur drummer who idolizes bands like Iron Maiden and Deep Purple. Now, reacting to her victory, a spokesperson of the Chinese Foreign Ministry has urged Takaichi to honor the commitments on history and Taiwan.
We hope Japan will work with China in the same direction, abide by the principles set out in the 4 political documents between China and Japan, honor its political commitments on major issues, including those related to history and Taiwan, uphold the political foundation of bilateral relations, and advance the comprehensive development of the China-Japan strategic and mutually beneficial partnership.
Now, considered a protege of Japan's longest-serving Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Takaichi has taken a pretty tough stance on immigration and foreign tourists, both of which emerged as a key issue in the LDP leadership race. Now, Takaichi is elected to move Japan further to the right, and she's in fact promised to more strictly regulate immigration and tourism in Japan, and has positioned herself as a hardliner who's focused on defense and economic security. And I earlier spoke with Laura Westbrook, who joined me live from Hong Kong, listening to what she had to say.
Japan is a country where 15% of its lower house MPs are women, and corporate boardrooms are also overwhelmingly male. But as she takes office in a country that does face numerous challenges. Domestically, it's dealing with a flagging economy, and it's also dealing with inflation issues as well. And she has favored increased government spending as well as tax relief and support for industries like semiconductors and AI. She is also leading the country at a time when US President Donald Trump is also set to visit Japan next week. Now, a trade deal between Washington and Tokyo does remain unresolved, and Donald Trump also wants Japan to stop Russian energy imports and to boost its defense spending. So she takes the helm at a critical moment, and we'll be watching to see how she navigates the time ahead.
All right, let's also now listen in to some of the reactions coming in from across Japan about their new Prime Minister.
For me, I don't think much will change. No matter who becomes Prime Minister, things don't really change. Just because a woman became Prime Minister doesn't mean the situation of women will suddenly improve or society will instantly become more centered around women. As a woman myself, I have very high expectations for the first female Prime Minister. I really hope she will implement policies that are considerate of women and make this society, where women have often felt discomfort or found it hard to live, even a little better.
Prices have gone up and it's tough. Honestly, I mostly shop at 100 yen shops now. It's hard to get by. I hope she'll pay attention to that. But she's mostly in Tokyo, right? She doesn't come to Nara much. I'd like her to support Nara more.
On US President Donald Trump. I hope she handles him similarly to how Abe did. But Trump has changed a lot, so I'd like her to be a prime minister who can clearly say no when needed.